What's up, Revolution? Golden Rage here with Fantasy Rage, talking a little fantasy football. Week 1 has passed. I'm here to give you Week 2 tips, pickups of the week this time around. Alright, so let's get this started. Now, these videos are intended for all you schmucks, all you fantasy noobs that don't know how to manage a team. Alright, so if you need help, by all means, hit the subscribe button. I'm here every week to give you fantasy tips. Again, aka Fantasy Rage, I'm here to help, guys. Alright, here we go. Pickups of the week for Week 2. These are guys that should still be on the free agent wire. Alright, so if you're running low on a certain position, I suggest you take my advice and you pick these guys up, alright? So here we go. Number 1, the kid from Washington, running back Alfred Morris. Now, Morris drew the start and carried the load for the Redskins on Sunday, tallying 96 yards, 2 TDs on 28 carries. A very busy day for Mr. Morris. Now, because the Redskins held the lead, their rookie back benefited from 11 clock-burning fourth-quarter carries, obviously, okay? Now, that won't always be the case, as we suspect that better-rounded Roy Halou will get the call when his team is playing from behind. With that being said, there are no guarantees in Mike Shanahan's backfield, but with the lowly Rams next on tap, Morris owners should breathe easy for at least one more week. So pick him up, guys, if he's still available, especially if you're short when it comes to running backs. Alright, pickup number 2. I got quarterback QB Christian Ponder. Minnesota Vikings. Ponder had his most accurate game as a pro last week, dissecting the Jacksonville Jaguars for 270 yards on 20 of 27 passing. Alright, embattled and often hamstrung as a rookie, the strong-arm QB looks to have earned a longer leash in his second year. Okay, and where he lacked a reliable supporting cast back in 2011, he now benefits from an apparently healthy Adrian Peterson and apparently a healthy Kyle Rudolph. He's still a work in progress, obviously, but hey, early returns are positive, and the Vikings pivot could be a sneaky good play in Week 2. Then we got a little Martellus Bennett here, New York Giants. I actually wrote an article about this guy last week. I predicted he's worth picking up, guys. He's definitely a sleeper. Week 1 proved it. Alright, buried behind Jason Witten during most of his time in Dallas, Bennett sees himself as a headliner now that he's in New York. The 6'6" pass catcher didn't beat his former team, but made the most of his first Giant start by snagging 4 passes for 40 yards and a touchdown in the season opener. Alright, and last but not least, we got Mr. KO from Dallas, Kevin Ogletree. Now, Ogletree recorded the first 2 touchdowns of his NFL career last Wednesday during a performance that will almost certainly make the fourth-year wideout the most added fantasy player for Week 2. Alright, so last season, Laurent Robinson thrived in the third wide receiver role that Ogletree now holds. It bears mentioning, however, that Ogletree's breakout game came against a Giants secondary that has been decimated by injuries, you could say. In addition to that, 2 of the best Cowboys receivers, Jason Witten and Miles Austin, were somewhat limited by injuries, obviously, so forcing Tony Romo to spread the ball around a little bit more than usual, okay? So don't expect double-digit fantasy points from Mr. KO to be a common thing here on a weekly basis, but hey, if you have room on your roster, guys, by all means, add this kid. He's definitely worth adding, so. Alright, so that concludes Week 2's edition of Fantasy Rage, talking a little fantasy football. Take my advice if you want to take your game to the next level. This has been a presentation of MaddenRevolution.com. I'm out, guys. Good luck Week 2. Go get 'em, boys.